Hello and welcome to the final episode of Hermitcraft Season 10. We made it! Here we are! Hermitcraft Season 10 is coming to an end. This is the last time that I will be looking at this view, which feels really strange. I've spent a ridiculous amount of time thinking about this place over the past couple years. It represents a lot of personal growth for me. It represents a lot of joy, a lot of creative fun. It's something I'm incredibly proud of. And I don't want to start getting soppy just yet, because there are a handful of redstone projects that I still want to work on to really get all of the machines prepared for me. My brain. As you can see, I've gotten even older, if that was possible. And at this point, yeah, I'm for the grave. I'm for the grave. So we got to get me into this chicken quickly so I can live forever in the machine. Otherwise, it'll be too late. The looping text circuit. In the previous Hermitcraft episode, I asked if the text on the little display should loop, and it was pretty much unanimously a yes. So now I have to work out how to do that. And before people say, why don't you just let the items go back into a chest and reflow into the system, that is because the items will stack up with one another, which means that, say I had the word Mumbo, it would then become MMUBO, which isn't ideal. So instead, I need to think of a way to store them in order, and I think I have a bit of an idea. Oh, actually, this might be a bit weird. I was going to lock the hoppers when the item goes in, but then it wouldn't go to the end here. It would actually just stop here. Well, that's no good. I have come up with an idea. I have no idea if this is going to work in the slightest. It seems horrifyingly simple, which is concerning. Is this going to work? I will be embarrassed if it doesn't. Oh, I haven't even tested it, and I've just realized an enormous logical flaw, so no, it's not going to work. The problem is the system needs to know how long the word is to know when to start looping. And that is a bit of a problem, but I think it can be done just with the player setting the length of the word. So when you input your word, you're also going to have to flick the corresponding number of levers. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. So let's say we had the word hello. It is going to be this many characters. And when the next letter is dropped, it will unlock the hoppers, allowing them to move along by one in the sequence. And this should now all be functional. So if I just hit this button over here, the first letter should be dropped out into the system. And of course, we get the letter H. That's looking good. Now, where has that been stored? Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. So we've got an H here. And then eventually we should get an E come in over here. Okay, the E has overtaken the H. Oh, it's because E is quite early in the alphabet. It obviously just pops out here. I'm so silly. But despite this massive failure, the theory is good. With a few very small modifications, this machine is now up and running, and the text is looping. So here you can see we've got a message that says, hello. And then we've got the smiley face at the end. Everything is working properly. By the way, I'm running the game super fast right now, and that sound was absolutely crazy. Okay, we have got our looping text. It looks fantastic. So now let's get it constructed on the Hermitcraft server. Now, this is requiring a little bit more rewiring than I potentially expected. Scar killed me in last night's live stream, and he's taken half of my stuff, which is I don't have a shovel. I guess that serves me right for all the things I've taken from him this season. Although I have to say, during the World Tour segment, Scar did seem extremely familiar with the location of everyone's storage system. Right, how is all of this looking? I think I just need to link this up to this now. I'm saying that like you know what either of those things are. Hoppers locked, display now connected. Everything should now be all done. Except it wasn't, and I had to spend a couple hours trying to work out what on earth was going on. Essentially, items were overtaking one another, items were ending up in the wrong slots of hoppers, timings were slightly incorrect depending on what letter. If you chose A, it would reach the point sooner than if you chose, for example, the smiley face, which is right at the end of the alphabet. Whatever it was, okay, I've got it worked out, and now we have the repeating message, hi, Ron. And you know what? That makes me incredibly happy. It was all worth it. I don't know why, but being able to talk to Ron through a text display warms my heart. I'm extremely happy with this addition to the base. It is incredibly cool and incredibly satisfying to watch it scroll through all of the letters. So let's move on to the next redstone component that we need to do today, which is mustache wiggle. Now, you may notice my mustache has actually been pretty stationary recently, and that is because if I fly away from my base as the mustache wiggles, the whole face breaks. And that's kind of frustrating. So I definitely don't want to sync up the mustache wiggle to text appearing on the display. Because obviously now that we have looping text on the display, we are probably not going to be local when this text changes, and that's going to run into all sorts of problems. But I've come up with a new and much better idea. I'm a hungry boy, all right? I like to eat. So it seems only fair that we add some food input into this, and my mustache can wiggle as I chomp down on it. Now, there's also one face animation that I have got programmed in the redstone that I'm currently not using, and we'll get onto that in a little bit. But first, in terms of food, I'm thinking because I'm a giant machine, it probably shouldn't be any kind of organic food. I should probably want to eat oil to lubricate up all of my cogs and fans. So that will be the desired food, and the undesired food will be everything else. I've just thought, do I still have this line that connects up my villager trading hall to the mega factory? I mean, I don't see how it could have disappeared yet. I do? Could we use this somehow? Here's the thing. I know it makes sense that I would feed the giant mumbot from up there, but the thing is you can't see the face when you do that. So I kind of wanted it to be somewhere in this area. Maybe just on this little plateau here, which I have to say is somewhere that I've never stood before. And it feels really strange seeing my base from this angle. I'm used to seeing it from the top of that hill. But yeah, we could build up a little Mumbo feeding pipe, a tube for lube. And on that note, I think I should stop there and start building. Okay, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this little pipe here. Look. We throw items in, they get picked up by a minecart hopper underneath. This looks really cool. Especially now that I've added some extra detail. And now I've added this little redstone circuit, which will detect whether or not we've thrown oil or other items in and convert them into 2 different pulse lengths. So then I'm going to send that signal through the same redstone wire all the way over to the bulbous creation. Oh, a very frustrating thing to be doing without a shovel. I have finally broken through into the outside world. I have made it to where I need to be, now to build up the little decoder, and I should now be ready to be fed. Which, I have to say, is a weird sentence even for me. Okay, so as we can see, feed Mumbo oil to keep him running smooth, and down here I have got an upgrade to WD-40. We've got WD-41, only the best for my fans. And now if I do a coordinated jump and throw, we should see that has made its way into the Mumbot and been much appreciated. Now, just like a car, if I put anything other than oil into the oil slot, bad things will occur. So if I take some mud's about as bad as it gets, and I throw that into the system, you can see things don't go well for little old me. And this actually goes on for 5 minutes, which is pretty brutal. And also, it's really sad. In the context of my base especially, this now looks really, really upsetting. So when you get your hands on Hermitcraft Season 10 World download, please do not put mud into my oil hatch, alright? WD-41 only to go into this, otherwise this will be my existence forever. So with the final redstone project completed, the final redstone project on the final redstone project, that is the final project, my Hermitcraft Season 10 base is fully complete. It is done. I have no more blocks to place. I'm going to do a quick run around and just look for any chests that I've left, any creeper holes that I have kept in the landscape. I mean, this area here is looking pretty chewed up. Oh my goodness, I'm sleeping in this bed for probably the last time. This is the last time I'll see the inside of my bedroom. Oh yeah, there's some pretty good sized holes back here. I've done some running around. It doesn't look like there's any more to me. I think I've got everything. I think it's all done. Okay, Boulder Bros, I'm gonna be your permanent, well, sort of robot overlord from this point forth. Big Ron. It's been a wild ride. Willie Jr., you're doing a fantastic job, mate. Jill, Bill, your bits and bobs have been stupendous. Rich and Rich, it's good to see that my diamond deposits are being appreciated. And, well, you guys, enjoy your lunch, and I suppose I'll be seeing you in a little bit. This is nerve-wracking. I think I'm going to take the next 15 minutes to just sit on this bench and chill for a little while and think about Hermitcraft Season 10 as a whole. And I think the most important thing is to acknowledge how much progress we've made. I have just generated a new world, and I have teleported to the same spot. And it is so weird. It's so strange because it feels so familiar, yet so empty. I'm so used to having a gigantic factory off to my left, having Joel's base taking over the skyline, my little base sort of making its way up in this area here, and then Scar's gigantic redwoods off to the right. This feels really, really odd. And now I think it's time for me to get at least a little bit soppy. I really did want to try and avoid talking about Season 9 in this Hermitcraft Season 10 finale episode, but I do want to give it a quick short mention here because, firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for welcoming me back. You know, because I effectively took 2 years off of making Hermitcraft episodes. I took a whole season off. And to have me be so welcomed back into the Hermitcraft community and have people enjoy my episodes so much means the world to me. Secondly, I want to say from a personal perspective, when I started this Hermitcraft season, honestly, it was unsure, right? Like, obviously, I had really struggled in Hermitcraft Season 9 to make the format work for me in terms of making it entertaining videos. And I kind of sketched out this really tiny little plan of this quaint little town. And it has blossomed into something really, really beautiful that I'm super, super happy with. This season has changed the way that I approach Minecraft. It's changed the way that I see it as a tool for creativity. But not only in terms of builds this season, some of my favorite ever episodes of Hermitcraft have also been here. You know, the episodes where we rank each other's weird setups. Of course, the courtroom episode as well. It truly has been a delight to be here, to be part of this community, to be able to make videos in this space and to have people continue to watch them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I think it's time for me to put my aged brain into a chicken. Look at that, the sun is rising over the town. It looks absolutely incredible. Yeah, well, I guess I best get used to this view because I'm going to be here for quite some time. Okay, team, you've been on your lunch for an incredibly long time. Let's get to work.